There we go. Hopefully everything's working fine. My mic is working fine. Audio is okay. You might hear a bit of chanting in the background. There's a bit of a political rally going on. I don't think it's been picked up by the mic, but yeah. Sorry for starting late. I always intend to start earlier than I end up doing. It feels like I kind of wasted an entire day too. Had the whole day and I just couldn't get enough rest. Like my mind couldn't sleep. It's been, once again, a pretty busy set of days. That said, I did play a bit in the morning, and I used that time to do a lot of the side quests, which is why if you look at all the connections in Mexico, you'll see that why does this have a special icon or something? I don't know why. Yeah, but you'll see that I've maxed out all of my connections back in Mexico, and I've kind of done a few over here as well. The Lone Commander and Jen are both getting close, but as you can see, the Gates and Oz are already maxed out as well. I was really hoping we could get the Lone Commander done just to get his silent sniper rifle. I remember getting that, and it makes a huge difference over here. I have the ability to take care of enemies from a distance completely silently. Makes the game a whole lot easier. It is very game changing. But as you can see, I'm over here. Well, no, I'm over here. Wait, where's West Fort Knot? Yeah, okay, I'm over here at West Fort Knot, and I'm trying to head it back over here to do this one side quest. So after we do the side quest, I'll go back with the DSV McGillen back to West Fort Knot, and then we'll continue the story, which I believe involves a monorail and probably this structure in the distance. I feel like it's sending me towards that area, right? Because that is where the chiral network kind of ends. So we'll see what's over there. Very different looking terrain too. Black instead of the white sand that we've been having over here. But yeah, first things first, we're gonna head towards those bandits and then we'll see what happens. I'm not putting down too many structures. I should probably use my PCCs and everything a lot more. I'm relying entirely on the benefit that I'm getting from other people rather than actually going out of my way to do anything else. Now those materials? Actually, what is that? It is material, ceramics. And that's a random spawn point if I ever saw one.
Stretch my legs. Very handy. Thank you, God. Very handy. This one's for you.
Don't really need to repair it either, by the looks of it. And it might be better for me to save that ceramics for something else. So I swore I recognized this music from something. I'm not entirely sure what it is.
Thank you.
I'll give you a like though.
Very handy. This one's for you.
Now today might actually be a bit of a short stream. I might be taking a few days off for streaming too, because we found a place that we kind of like. We're thinking of moving out. Now, if only I had Sam's ability to pack cargo on my back in a tri-cruiser. Times like these, I kind of envy game characters and their unlimited stamina. Well, Sam doesn't have unlimited stamina, but still close enough. I think I missed. So what am I doing? I think I missed a piece of cargo while I was going up there. This is the territory that we're gonna go. I'll need to park my tri-cruiser over there, but there is one enemy that can actually spot me from over there, which I will have to take care of. No, it's actually this guy. This is the guy that always spots me. He's down there. Don't have a good angle on him, though. I guess I could take care of him when he's coming from this side. Let's manage our cargo here a bit while we wait for that guy to go back to position. Put down everything I don't quite need into the tri-cruiser as much as we can. And I'll put the bola gun on my 2 rack, swap it out for the sticky gun. That ought to be everything we need. Ideally, I want to have the sniper rifle as well, but it's okay even if we don't. We can just take care with the trank guns. Where is that guy? He's still under the bridge. Now that I think about it, he might have actually moved away just because he saw me approach from the other side. He might have run over here, and then I might have caught him while he was up. There you are. Not the most ideal place to get him. Two enemies over there, one over there. Don't think those guys will actually come out of the building, so it might be okay. And I'll leave my backpack and equipment over here. The problem with these guys is I'm not entirely sure how they move. If if I had a general idea of their movements, I could probably take the boat down without too much of a problem. No sound effects for this guy. And if you're wondering why I'm coming during the day, I'm trying to alter my approach now and then. Oh. Felt like the other enemy saw me there for a second, but maybe not. But they did come to investigate. I'm just taking them out one by one when they're coming over here. Not the smartest of play by the enemies. But then again, I don't feel like the enemies in Death Stranding 2 are overly smart either.
There we go, get out of my way.
Two enemies down here. Can probably take care of the guy. On the tower. Should be another one over here as well. That might be a little too far to trigger anything. Let's work not. Probably ought to get that. Yeah, there he is. Bit of a risk moving like this. Very out in the open. This guy's movement has always been weird. I think he occasionally looks to the other side. There we go. I'll check the cargo over there. Okay, that's the enemies over here. And he actually has one of the packages we need. That'll be two enemies over there. maybe one enemy, considering we kind of dragged a couple. No, that guy's moving. Okay, let's try to get an approach from the other side. Okay, maybe it is one enemy. Seems like that whoever's carrying that package is on the other side of the cliff. It's very out in the open for some reason. So much so that I almost feel like it's a trap. Let's bind them down. One, two, and then there's the other guy on the tower up there. No, he's out of my view. Could be one more enemy around here. I don't know why I don't see him. Gotta be careful not to be spotted here. I'll wait for him to go inside. It'll be a safer approach. He'll probably climb up the building and snipe the guy in the tower. Be patient. Just wait for him to move back in. Ah, there's the guy that I was looking for. I don't think he moves at all. He'll be spotted if I go in this way. Yeah, I wanted to get rid of him first because he's the enemy that actually moves in that range. The other two, I believe, did not move at all. Sam, there we go. Oh, I was hoping I could get up on the roof, but apparently not. If that's the case, we'll just have to get an angle. And we do have an angle. A good one, too. Oh, you move as well. I did not know that. I always assumed he was static. Which means I kind of got lucky that he wasn't moving while I went in to get the guy in the building over here. And this fellow is for some reason inside the vehicle. Not sure what's going on there. The crank gun doesn't actually destroy anything. You'd probably just consider destroying their facilities while I'm running around these places. Time to go get the tri-cruiser, but before that, let's make sure everyone that we put to sleep is actually gonna take a longer nap by knocking them out. Yeah, I apologize if any of the noise is being picked up. People are just going crazy these days. There we go. Now, you can go get the tri-cruiser, pick up all the materials here. Probably overfed. And usually this base has a lot of materials we can use. I need to go around too, because it's way, way up. Oh, is it raining? That's kind of rare. I didn't even know it rained in this region. Bit of an unfortunate place to place our backpack in, because the rain can get to it. Yep, I started late. It's not that I even had anything to do, I just was fumbling around, more or less. So Santa, how are you doing? If you were asking me about how I set up my streams earlier, and I kind of replied to that, be curious. But the basic lowdown is I'm using an open source program called OBS, which is very simple to set up, especially if you're playing on PC, right? On your time. Oh, well, fair enough. But even over in my timing, it's actually kind of late. I think I started around 10:30 p.m., which is kind of rare for me. Like, usually when it gets to that time, I'm like, maybe I should just start early tomorrow. I need to make a habit of actually starting early. Organize myself so that I can go to sleep early as well. Should probably avoid carrying too much materials. I think the ones that I need for the order kind of require me. Understandable. Well, there's a bunch of stuff we can come back to later. I'm just gonna pick up orders for now. I might even just store some of the cargo. Is there a post box nearby? Yeah, the bad part of trying to fix your sleeping habit, the only effective way, back when I worked in immigration and did a lot of graveyard shifts, the only effective way I found was to essentially not sleep for 24 hours. Because by that time, your body's so exhausted that you actually fall asleep naturally at the next moment you decide to go to sleep or just lay down. Unfortunately, that's not a good way to do it. Because I believe studies kind of show that if you miss out on your sleep, you cannot get it back. The other best way is to just wind down like very early, shut off lights, no screen time, except listen to a podcast and just, if you think you want to go to sleep at like say 10 p.m., then you're going to have to do it at 8. I've generally found that when there's no one over in our house, which is a bit rare, but occasionally that'll happen with both my siblings and my parents going out of town for a few days. I usually always start to feel sleepy around 10 p.m. because nobody's around, and I shut down stuff real quick. Okay, I see a post box over there. I'm gonna put all the stuff that I can get from here into that post box so that we can come back to get it later. But yeah, I'm already at max capacity, so even with the Tri-Cruiser, I think I might be on. Oh, where is my... No, not the Tri-Cruiser. Where is my... Wait a minute. Where are you? Oh, there you are. Yeah, even with the floating carrier, I don't think I actually have enough space to carry everything. Oh, surprisingly I do, but can I load those up on... Yeah, I'm exceeding capacity here. That was what I was expecting. Thankfully, that post box isn't too far from here, so we can just grab this and lug it all back over there. Might be a good idea to actually carry some of that stuff on the Tri-Cruiser as well. As you can see, I've come back to this base because we had a side quest over here. I played a bit in the morning and I've done so much stuff that I've maxed out a lot of characters in the other areas. All the characters in Mexico has been maxed out. A couple of characters in Australia have been maxed out. And I was hoping we could get the other two before I began stream, but at the end of the day, I didn't have time to play anymore other than the spiel I had in the morning. I'm gonna need that container repair spray in this rain. There we go. We have a lot of stamina stocked up as well, so might as well sprint. I'll be honest, I did not know that this area actually got rain. So if you're hearing like random sounds in the background, like horns and people yelling, I believe there's it's either somebody celebrating football matches that are going on, or a political rally going on. No, this one sounds like a political rally.
Your service in transporting this cargo is appreciated. The delivery.
Yeah, I'm just gonna except for my weapons and the container repair sprays, I'm just gonna drop each and every one of these into the post box so that we can come back later to get them. I'll give a like for whoever had the insight to actually build this here.
Thank you, God.
Yeah, if it's extremely loud, the mic will pick it up even though it's coming from the outside. It doesn't help that this house is on one of the main roads, so we get that from time to time. It's a bit of a common occurrence. The sun has begun to set. It'd be better just to hoof it. Okay, there we go. I'm probably not gonna get each and every item here. Don't really need to. Because I want to get to the next story point. I just want the side quest items. And then to deliver as much as we can. I'll pick up any item that's required to max out NPCs that I have not maxed out. Anything else I'm interesting to other porters or other players. Oh dear, okay, that was close. I don't have any fragile cargo, but let's try not to hit stuff as we go along the way. I had so much trouble with this one base when I played the game the very first time. It feels so weird. In both instances of this playthrough, I managed to get through the base extremely easily.
Gotta stretch my legs.
Take that. And the resins. Technically that's out of everything that I need from here, though I can see a bunch of metals here. A small one, we'll pick that up. If you were so inclined, you could steal the pickup loader from this place as well. If you're really going for those heavy duty deliveries. Let's unload my carrier. There's someone's carrier in there as well. Yeah, all just stuff. The nice thing about the carrier is that if you use it, you don't actually drained Sam's stamina. Like, even with the battle skeleton, you can carry a lot of items, but the downside is you will lose a certain amount of stamina once you go over a weight limit, which is not the case. Let's get the stuff we need for the side quest first, and then I'll come back and get everything else from this post box. I guess I could just keep it in the post box until I need it as well. That is another option we can potentially use. Yeah, we have a bunch of stuff here. Unfortunately, I cannot carry them all. Ah. Too much, huh? Okay. Cargo management. Let me see what else I can store. I can probably get rid of all the materials for now. Yeah, that seems like a good idea. Store them in the nearby post box. We'll come back for them later. Or I could just share them with other people, but I feel like I need these a bit longer. Because we're going to be building even more roads. And a monorail, from what that quest was talking about, will probably require quite a bit of materials. Weirdly dark as well.
One's for you. Thanks for the help.
Strong sleeping pills, and there was a box for Fort Knot around here. Oh. I gotta get the stuff for the Lone Commander as well. I think this is way out of the way, so maybe not. Odd. I thought there was a box for West Fort Knot around, but apparently no. If it is, it might be a bit off my radar.
Get a move on.
I've already maxed out this character though, I'm just doing the side quest. Oh, that is a lot of likes.
I don't know where you found this. Now displaying your current port information.
Increases the rate at which MP ammo is fired, probably because I got into a bit of combat in there.
Thank you. Gets pretty dark out here, so be sure to watch your step.
There's another quest here. Recover stolen alkali material metals. Actually, this might be very worth doing. I was intending to go to the next story point after doing this, but if it's a lone commander, I might make an exception. Because I really want to max him out as soon as I can. And compared to the other enemies we've just faced, I do believe this guy is not going to be that difficult. Let's also entrust any cargo that I have for characters that I maxed out, like the government guy over here. Yeah, basically him.
Your service in transporting this cargo is appreciated.
You get less likes for entrusting cargo to other players. Maybe 30% or 20%, but well, when you already have them maxed out, you don't really have a reason to get the max light. It's instead a better idea to just give them to cargo so that other people can actually max out their relationships instead. I thought I switched on an APAS function here. It's not working at the moment. Self-drive allows vehicles to drive them, reaching a certain speed without boosting. Oh, okay. I guess I didn't reach a certain speed there. Probably won't reach the speed too. Because the road is almost at an end. Oh, okay, there we go. The auto camera. Yeah, it's driving by itself now rather than me driving. Calm down. Our next objective was over there. Actually, wait a minute. I already took care of this base. I can actually go right in and take everything. Unfortunately, the lone commander's area seems to be filled with a bit of clouds, which is not ideal. We're not going in that way. Well, let's just use the floating carrier here.
Let's get a move on.
I'd forgotten that most of the time the bases won't reset until you yourself get some rest. Even after that, there are occasions where the game will just not spawn in the enemies for a bit, for some odd reason. Some metals here. Not sure why I didn't take that before. And I believe we only need 2 for this guy.
You've recovered everything then. Great. Let's get it delivered.
That is our intention. Combined with the floating carrier, I have a capacity of 900 kgs, which is a lot more than the Tri-Cruiser can actually carry, ironically. Right, this is the main order we have to take. I need to do some quests for these guys to improve my capacity. Because right now I have so much material stored here that if I store any more, it's just gonna go to waste. So yeah, and I'll just store them inside my own storage for now. Metals. These are already inside. Never mind. Yeah, okay. No, I left all the materials behind. This is the metal that I picked up nearby. Okay, wait. Let's store the stuff we need for Fort Knot here as well. West Fort Knot. Okay, West Fort Knot. Only that? But I feel like I have so much stuff on me though. Yeah, it is only that. Okay. And entrust the cargo to the government base, because again, that place is maxed out and might as well just give it to other players so that they can benefit. Game is taking a while to connect.
Your service in transporting this cargo is appreciated. The delivery will be assigned to another porter.
Alright, let's do that side quest for the Lone Commander. I do believe with that it will be enough to max him out. Just been something that I've been working towards for a while, just because you're gonna get the silenced sniper rifle from him, and it's way too useful
This one's for you.
to not get it early on. It's a bit of an overpowered weapon. A player who's playing on the highest difficulty,
This one's for you.
to the wild.
This one's for you.
Getting to the Lone Commander is still a bit of a chore though. Though if you're lucky, we won't have any rain and any BTs in the area. If you're not, we'll have to hoof it. That sudden boost in speed. Wait, where am I? I feel like I'm going... Yeah, I am going in the right direction. I need to put up a sign or something, making sure I know which way I'm going, because it's so confusing. You don't really have a good mark letting you know the direction. Well, I guess you could open up the compass and check the general direction. Yeah, he's towards the east. But yeah, it seems like we kind of got lucky. No rain, no ghosts, no BTs. Combat surveillance camera equipment. Getting a lot of stuff for the government base, which we already maxed out. At some point, it becomes easier to track where they are because you can kind of look at the sky and see the strands. Wait, there is rain here. That inverted rainbow is usually a sign that ghosts are around, and rain. Which is odd, because I believe a lot of the ghosts usually spawn over there. I'm already in right next to the NPC location, so they don't ever put enemies here over here. Oh Jesus Christ, that that surprised me. Why did they play the sound effect? Yep, let's pick that up as well, because that's for the lone commander too. I don't know why he just won't come out of his shelter and pick it up himself, but there we go.
Hey there!
It's good to see you, Sam. Give me a moment to review the orders in the system. Would you look at all this? Thank you so much. Of all the things I never expected to receive, you've
There we go. Finally.
gone out of your way for us time and again. Consider this an expression of my gratitude. Take it. I'm going to increase your material allocation, just so you know. Take whatever you need, mate.
Now displaying your current porter grade.
Can't tell you how grateful I am for your visits, coming out time and again just for me. I thought I'd grown accustomed to living on my own, and all of a sudden I found myself looking forward to your next delivery. You're a man of many talents, and I dare say you've already achieved more than I ever did. I look forward to seeing what great things you'll accomplish in the future. And if you ever happen to be passing through, feel free to stop here and rest your weary bones for a spell. You'll always be welcome, Sam. I mean it.
Yeah, once you establish a good enough connection with the NPCs, they will allow you to rest at their shelters. And I might take him up on this offer if I can find a good route off this place. Look though, why do I have so much packages? What am I carrying? Or okay, right. That the materials I do understand. Those are things I just picked up on the way. Well, a lot of them are stuff I picked up on the way. It's pretty much at full capacity, but let's us finally make that one sniper rifle full that I've been trying to get all this time. It's a small weapon. It's extremely useful against enemies, human enemies. Alright, I should entrust the other cargo for delivery.
Your service in transporting this cargo is appreciated.
And then we'll head over to the DSP Magellan from here. And once we're past the Magellan, I'll teleport to West Fort Knot and continue the main story quest.
Very impressive work there.
Yeah, this one facility has been getting a lot of my likes just because it's set up in a very good place. Yeah, even though BTs are around, I am going to drive my way off because I do believe there is a bit of a route. A bit of a route around here where there is a sign which I can take to go down. Correct. That was the same facility I used before. And the way connections work in this game, Sento, is that if you use the structure or liked it a lot, then that person's structures will keep repeating. You're more likely to run into that player's structures. I don't think Solid Snake is playing though, because his star hasn't really grown. Like, the star is a good way to track whether a player is playing or has played extensively. So this route's slowly becoming a path because I've traveled across it so many times. Still a bit rough, all things considered. I do recall seeing another structure from Solid Snake as well, but I'm not exactly sure where I saw it. It might have been in Mexico, because, again, it doesn't seem like that player has been playing too much. Let me share some of my cargo with some of the other players. I feel like I have a little too much on my hand. Now you can see the other cargo shared by other people too here. The green ones are all from players. In this case, these are all characters that I've maxed out though, so I don't need to pick them up. Just gonna give away some of my own stuff because it is clogging up our personal storage space here. I can leave 2 or 1 of at least some of these. Honestly, you don't even need the multiple weapons. Mainly because as long as you rest at a certain point, the ammo refills. Maxed out people. As long as it's not looks maxing, right?
All contributions are welcome.
Alright. Before I use the DS3 Magellan to unceremoniously teleport to West Fort Knot, I'm gonna get those materials I stored in that one box.
Very impressive work, Sam.
I could have given the supplies to this guy instead. The benefit of having the autopilot is that you can just relax and enjoy the scenery along the way. But also we gotta keep track of where we need to stop. I have a... you know what? I'll share all those materials with other people. Okay, yeah, there is a lot of stuff here. Yeah, I can't carry the axle stuff here. Let me share some of the other cargo with the porters here. Wow. A lot of other people have shared stuff too in this one post box.
Thank you for your cooperation. All contributions are welcome.
Yeah. Oh, it's still not enough. Wow, okay. Alright, you know what? We'll just come back for those later. Even after managing the cargo with that much, it's still not enough to get everything back to base. The best way I could have done that is if I just walk with the floating carrier. Because the carrier's capacity is a lot bigger. I guess that's the trade-off, right? You can use the tri-cruiser and your own backpack to go faster, but walking allows you to move so much more cargo. Doom scroll while driving. It's just... or enjoy the scenery. Or a close-up of Sam's face, one or the other. He even briefly looks at the camera too. It's a bit of a useless upgrade though. Like honestly, for 100 points, I feel like you could spend it on other upgrades which are much more worth it. Maybe at endgame this will be a bit more worth. Right now, not so much. Yeah, that's definitely a music player use right there. But I'm avoiding using it too much because it ends up muting the YouTube audio stream. That is exactly why I'm here, to rest. And store a lot of these materials. Okay, finally, we can go back to our room, sleep, and get back to the main mission. It's already kind of late, though. It's almost midnight. I'll probably have to cut it short. Really should have started earlier. What's a Nimbery stick? The Nimbery stick is a special gift I give to the listeners of my radio show. It's also known as a licky stick. Not sure how to use it? Don't worry, it's not meant to be used. Rather, it's something that you hold on for safekeeping. You know, as a reminder of a connection between us. Consider it a kind of memento. Actually, yeah, I was kind of wondering. At first, I thought it was like a popsicle or something, because if you examine the table, you can see the Nimbery stick over there. But apparently it's not. It's not meant for consumption like these floating cryptobytes are. Oh, there's no Monster Energy drink in Death Stranding 2. They replaced it with Chiral Tea. The Monster Energy crossover was in the original release of the Death Stranding one. I believe even in the collector's edition, they changed it to something else. Instead, we have over here we have a franchise placement. Well, I'm searching for the term in my head. Yeah, I guess it is a franchise placement for Rogue Ally and PlayStation. Because if you go over to customize, look over here, you have a special suit made by Rogue. Which looks terrible. It is adorned with the logo of Rogue, Asus's high-end gaming brand, and it's imbued with a fierce passion for gaming. Wearing this suit reduces the rate at which your battery drains, and then you have the PlayStation cameo. Honestly, I feel like both of these brands could have done a lot better than the suit. Like, there are computers all over the game. And PlayStation didn't really need that, considering it's more or less what one of their main draws, right? The game itself. Like, Death Stranding began on PlayStation. Did I take a shower? I feel like I didn't. And we'll take a shower after we teleport to West Fort Knot. Oh, there you are. I was wondering, because I could hear the cat but not see it. Oily is one way to think of it. It's more like it's made of tar.
All right, Sam. You'll need to work through several steps to complete this order. To begin with, collect the cache of materials waiting for you on the DHP Magellan. Take these to the mine north of F1. The location has been marked for you on your map. And when you arrive there, submit the materials using the terminal on site. This will allow you to restore the facility to working order. Next, access the terminal again to commence mining operations. If all goes well, a large quantity of materials should be extracted. You'll then need to deliver those materials to West Fort Knot. Consider making use of the monorail located at the mine to make life easier. Upon your arrival at F1, use the delivery terminal to submit all the materials for processing and to finally complete the order. That's all there is to it. So begin plotting your route to the mine north of F1.
I'm also beginning to understand why the game gave me the floating carrier. At this point, did you get to name them? Oh, not yet. I believe it's not Sam's cat, it's Tarman's cat. And I think it has a name. I'm not entirely sure. It might be in the corpus, which I'll have to check later. The database, I mean. But yeah, what I was about to say is this location actually gives you the floating carrier, and I'm beginning to understand why, because if you're carrying materials, that's quite a lot. Groups of chiral creatures in this area. Okay. And the carrier does have the ability to do quite a bit, so I will take the most direct route from this place. I guess we can go around as well. Deep river. I'll need something to cross the river, so a PCC and maybe some blood grenades. Couple of options here. We could use ladders to cross across here too. A bunch of ladders from the looks of it. Okay, I'll take the entire route. We have the carrying capacity, so it doesn't really matter. So we will plot out our route from here.
Route creation.
I always like to walk to a new destination rather than run there. Not sure why this place is marked. I feel like that's the game's intended route for you to go. Kind of an odd place to do so, though. Yeah, we'll get off here and go there just to check it out. Cross over from here, hopefully. An area where the soil is rich in chiralium and the underground cards sit close to the surface. Large chiral crystals. Okay, fair enough. And then finally there.
On this occasion, you'll be delivering some heavy materials. You can use a tri-cruiser to transport them. Alternatively, floating carriers can now be fabricated. These carriers are ideal for taking heavy cargo across terrain ill-suited to vehicles. If that sounds good to you, try fabricating one and loading the materials onto it. And when you're not using the carrier for cargo, you can hop aboard and kick the ground and use it as a makeshift skateboard.
That you can indeed do.
Carriers require chiral crystals to function, so keep a supply on hand.
Yeah, even though you can carry a huge stock of items, the downside is that you need to be supplying it constantly with crystals to make it work. And let's fabricate. No, I have a couple in our... Yeah. A couple of ladders of one climbing anchor. I don't think I need a climbing anchor, but the PCC will be nice. Another blood grenade, just in case. There we go. Yeah, because otherwise, well, I feel like most people would use the vehicles for many occasions, right? Because the vehicles are just a lot better, all things considered. Especially if you're trying to get around like really quickly. Ideally, you only want to use a tri-cruiser when you're going over rough terrain. Which I would already think is a balancing factor, but the game apparently doesn't think so. Also, it loses balance entirely when your character...
Sam, there's another porter here. Since you brought this site onto the chiral network, perhaps they thought they could make use of the additional data to make a safe run. Want to go and say hello?
Thank God. Very handy. Thanks for the help.
Yeah, this is another rare occasion. You're seeing NPC porters. Like, once you establish a bit of a safe route, the NPCs start delivering as well, in addition to other players.
Gotcha.
But yeah, what I was about to say is that you would only consider using the floating carrier on rougher terrain, so it already kind of balances out. Because it's usually the dangerous terrain you're going into, the BT areas, the bad weather areas, the unstable rocky ones. But I suppose they needed the chiral crystals to make it even more of a dangerous endeavor.
into the night, bringing up the order. Found some of our missing stuff, did you?
Now displaying your current porter grade.
We appreciate you. It must be dangerous.
It's kind of funny. I'm realizing that I've already put in like 30 hours on this current playthrough. And I know more than a few people have actually finished the game in 40 hours just by being on the main route. So you didn't even deliver your stuff. What are you doing?
Hey,
It might be a bit more common over here to run into a porter, because in the original it was very, very rare for you to run into them. I only met 2 groups in that game while I played for around 120 hours. So while it's not obvious, putting the Tri Cruiser on you does actually slow you down somewhat. And it slows you down even more when you have more cargo, which I suppose makes a lot of sense. Radar unit. Best Fort not. I recovered the wreckage of that mech that Higgs summoned and shared the data with Drawbridge. It's really weird. It's like it's not a machine at all. The tech it's using is totally new to me. What the hell is it? Looks like it's got tar inside. Is that what powers it? How is it controlled? So many mysteries. Here's hoping our combined efforts can unravel them. What the tar is in game has never quite been properly explained. It's always been kind of handwave, has stuff that comes from both the world of the living and the world of the dead connecting. But it seems to have been developed a bit over here, because here, not only can tar make currents that we can travel through, people are using it in their technology as well. We can make deliveries thanks to you, always supporters. Thanks, Sam. The chiral network setup has been a massive help in finding safe delivery routes. We're also using the paths you carved out and the structures you built. You'll never know how grateful we are. They are tar-maxing. Funny you should say that. The entire concept of Death Stranding sort of revolves around that, right? The chiral network, the internet replacement in this post-apocalyptic world, is based on using the land of the dead, which has no concept of time, to immediately transfer data. So they basically set up a communications network on the other side in that limbo between life and death, where time has no meaning, to max out your bandwidth and speeds. Which is why a lot of data can be shared almost instantaneously. The dream in our current world, I guess. Now you can see the monorail up there. It looks like we had another player sort of hoofing it. If they place down a sign here, I'll give you a like. Isolde. It's not even the tar and the beach that is actually maxing out. I was about to do something here and I completely forgot what I was about to do. They also kind of use the rain, the timefall, which accelerates aging, to grow crops and everything a lot more quickly. Oh, right. I was going to take a look at Lou. Make sure she's feeling okay. I'm still kind of doubting that this is the actual Lou, especially after what Dolman said. There's a part of me that believes that this Lou is just a figment of Sam's imagination, a way of how he's coping with loss. Because that seems to be a bit of a theme in this game, of having children and losing them.
All good. It's all good.
Yeah, I wanted to max out Lou's mood because there is a chance we might be going into BT territory, and Lou's mood tends to mess up if you are engaging with those a little too much. Oh, sorry, I hear the door. Give me a sec. All right, and back. So yeah, that was a case where I switched scenes, by the way, Sento. You might have seen my message about how OBS contains scenes. The break screen only has that little segment of the console with the video of taking a break playing on the background. And then I have a scene where I'm returning from break, which is a duplicate of the main one. It's very intuitive once you get into the swing of things.
Handy. Thank you, God. Thanks for the help.
Taking notes. Again, it's very intuitive, and there's like a lot of tutorials on how to set it up. Because I didn't know a thing about OBS. I just found stuff on YouTube. There are two ways that I can deal with it. Personally, I have a pretty good mic because I also record stuff for commercials. part of my work, but so I have a separate volume controller that I can use for my mic, but you can control the audio itself through OBS because OBS has meters that detect your audio input. You can even apply balancing effects and equalizers to it as well, through filters and whatnot. Or even go beyond or below the volume limit if you really, really needed to. ASMR Mikh'a, not stuff like that, more like announcements, right? Or commercials. And I feel like I have too much of a rough voice for anyone to be enjoying ASMR with. Okay, we have an earthquake coming in. I'm bracing for it.
Earthquake detected. Intensity. G-scale. 6.
This one's for you. Thank you, God.
The structure actually needs repairs. I might as well help with that. Yeah, that looks kind of dangerous, going across the tar. How many ladders did I actually bring? Did I even pick up the ladders? I only bought 2 ladders. Okay, let's just carefully cross it. Yellow is totally fine as long as you're careful. It's the red spots you need to be careful of. I might use a ladder here, though. I mean, might as well use it, right? Because I'm already kind of seeing the other side. Wait a minute, there's something crawling there. Okay, yeah, I definitely need to use it. That's probably... Oh, it's not happy. What even is that? It's like just a bunch of little creatures walking together. Unfortunately for you guys, I have a blood grenade. And I'm not afraid to use it. And get a good angle wherever you are. It's not completely eliminated, but it should try to follow me in just a sec as soon as I entered. Yep. I don't have enough endurance for this one. Okay. Yeah, one of the reasons why I fabricated the blood grenade was because we got the warning of the chiral creature. I either had to use the ladders or just use the the blood grenades across.
Now leaving chiral network coverage.
That was an interesting option, though. You had more than a few ways you could have gone to. Wait a minute. Oh, it's on the other side. I think that's somebody's lost cargo. We can actually pick those up. Like, you had a few options to cross over. You could have gone through this way, where players have actually kind of placed down ladders. Or you could have just gone through here by using blood grenades. Or, if you wanted to, you could just have gone around and through the river instead. Let me go and see if I can pick up that lost cargo. I do believe I have my sticky gun on me. Oh, wait, are there chiral creatures here too? Yeah, there are chiral creatures here as well. On to the floating carrier you go. The carrier, please, Sam. There we go. I know it's a bit slanted, but that's where we're going. Oh, this is a heavy one. You barely caught it. Ceramics. One more. That might be out of my range, though. No, I can get it. Resins. And I guess we can use one of those ladders I brought along. No reason not to at this point. Liquefied natural gas and extra large. You always want those. They give a bunch of likes. Yeah, okay. Coming here with the floating carrier was a good decision. There's no way I would have been able to carry all this if I had come in with the tri-cruiser instead. I can't repair it just yet. I need to do the main story quest before I can. Yeah, I'm pretty sure the game also wanted you to come with the with the carrier, considering that they are very generously supplying us with chiral crystals that is needed to power the carrier.
Feels good.
Doomer, use your bridge. A doomer used one of my bridges. Hopefully the doomer's not dooming too much. There's a weird orange blob over there. Now the game's giving me a view onto the mining facility, and meanwhile I'm looking at what this is. Oh, it's a chiral creature, just a gold variant. should probably avoid that, right? Because I have no idea. Whoa, whoa, okay. There are lots of chiral creatures here. I didn't even notice them. Now we have enough chiral crystals, so let's just go deliver this stuff for now.
Good morning to you. Drawbridge credentials verified. Welcome, Sam.
Security measures lifted. Weapons detected. Be advised that usage is restricted inside facility grounds.
Oh, this is an actual facility. I thought this was a smaller one.
Decontamination.
We might even be making another connection here.
Sam.
Or maybe not. It even has a repair thing, so yeah, maybe not.
Well done, Sam. I've never seen a working monorail before. Think of all the stuff it could carry. All right then, why don't we extract some materials?
And deliver some while we're here.
Please submit materials.
Oh, no wonder they gave you 2,000 more chiral crystal, because you're meant to be using them here too. Holy cow, that is a lot of materials.
Very good, Sam. Now all you have to do is look...
Let me detach my carrier for now, or rather put everything on my carrier. On my back on the carrier for now, and go get us a bunch of the chiral crystals outside before we leave the facility. It seems like we can use the monorail to actually leave. Yeah, the entire place is just a chiral crystal supply. And even if the gold creatures disappeared. Maybe I should have attempted trying to defeat it or something. We might have learned something there. I'm still hearing the creatures running around. They're a bit difficult to make out though. Okay, and you know what? They're all over the place. I can see it all. Yeah, I'll restore my stock of chiral crystals back to 2,000 and then leave. They almost sound like the seagulls from Finding Nemo. Like very small creatures just going mine, mine, mine. Mine. We're not in their vicinity, so you can't hear them right now, but if we do come across another chiral creature, since we're here, we might as well get all the crystals as much as we can. And hopefully not run into anything nasty out here, because tar is usually dangerous. Surprisingly, no cargo for you to find here. Just the mining facility itself. Yeah, they do sound like birds. Indeed, they are definitely on the noisy side. I'm still kind of wondering what the gold variant we saw was, and if I should have engaged with it. It might have been an optional side quest or something. And the funny part is, the entrance is saying mine there as well. I think all this can be carried by myself, so no need to use the carrier. We can use the monorail to go back, which ought to be interesting, because Death Stranding 1 did not have a monorail. Okay, and you can put in a lot of stuff by the looks of it, because it's only 13% cargo. Oh, you can load a vehicle in as well. One of the reasons why I did not pick the Tri-Cruiser was I was not sure. Like, I was thinking that if we went with the Tri-Cruiser, we'd have to leave it because I knew we'd be using the monorail. Because Charlie was explaining that to us. But if you could actually load the vehicle in, that's a different thing.
Now this is living!
Yeah, another way to fast travel. Or if you have a bunch of cargo in large quantities, this might be a good way to carry them across. You can hop down too, by the looks of it. Not that we need to. Uncomfortable because Sam is strapped to the side of the monorail when he could just have been safe inside.
Cargo transported by the monorail has been placed in your private locker. The cargo can be...
Did you actually manage to restore the monorail? Awesome. With it back up and running, you'll be able to transport materials from the mines. Right. Sorry. Let's take a look at these materials you brought.
This is a problem with Death Stranding in general, right? They tend to over-explain a lot of stuff.
Would you look at all this? I think it's safe to say we'll have nothing to worry about for a while.
Oh, I got the pickup off-roader. And okay, that's a huge upgrade. Like, unlike the Tri-Cruiser, which can cover like very rough terrain, the pickup off-roader allows you to carry a lot more cargo.
It's like a dream come true, this showing up on our doorstep. We'd written it off, but you made our day.
Now displaying your current porter grade.
Not too much of an upgrade there, though. Okay, now that's an upgrade I can get behind.
Oh, here's a little something extra as thanks. I got them just for you. Figured they'd suit your style. They sure weren't easy to come by. A real collector's item, I hear.
Probably an accessory for our backpack. Oh, wait, no, it's a pair of sunglasses. And is this another brand deal right here? Pino01. Yeah, it is a brand deal. Sunglasses released as part of the Gentle Monster 2024 collection. They're notable for their balanced structure and square-shaped, simple black frame. The temples are adorned with iconic metal detailing, fitted with special lenses that block direct and reflected light. I'm not too much of a fan of these frames with the chunky eyeglass thing, though. In real life.
We really appreciate your help. At the risk of stating these...
Oh, no worries, Sento. Like I said, I'll always try to get in some streaming beforehand. Have a good rest. And if you have any more questions about OBS, I'd be happy to answer it. But again, it's easier to just look it up and learn, just try it yourself. It's so simple. It feels complex when I say it, but it is very simple. Not looking it up, just trying it by yourself.
Obvious. It's going to take an awful lot of resources to restore the other...
I look forward to the day when I can jump into one of your streams.
But at least with this monorail operational, you can bring us large shipments of materials with relatively minimal effort. That's going to go a long way towards getting other sections up and running again. We can fabricate pickup off-roaders now, by the way. I'm pretty fond of them myself.
Pickup off-roader.
Ah, it's a large four-wheel drive vehicle, boasts significant cargo carrying capacity for the hardworking porter. The driver's seat is in an elevated position and exposed by design. This allows the driver to survey their surroundings more easily and engage enemies with small arms if necessary. You can customize it quite a bit too, attach all kinds of different parts as you like. That said, a lot of parts are still in development, but you'll receive their data as soon as it's ready. The schematics for this vehicle have already been shared with everyone on the chiral network, which means that we can look forward to other people drafting even more new parts.
Okay, so even if I do get the pickup off-roader, I might need to upgrade a lot of places to get the attachments.
Sure. The monorail network was extensive and once stretched across a good chunk of Australia's coastline. But repeated exposure to timefall has seen it degrade significantly. And with the constant threat of BTs and armed groups, it's not been possible to repair the damage. If you happen to come across a track layer, be sure to feed it any materials you can spare. Even a small contribution will make a difference. Anyway,
Okay, so in addition to roads, I'm building the monorail too.
we're so grateful for the assistance, Sam. You've been a ray of sunshine on a cloudy day.
You managed to save the day, Sam. The people here now have more than enough supplies for their needs. They should be able to prepare cargo for the next delivery too. But first, I have some information to share with you. About Lou.
Interesting.
Return to the DHV Magellan so we can talk.
Order completed. Well done.
Okay, before we return to the DHV Magellan, let me actually get back all my equipment, which I put onto the monorail. And there we go. I'll put the PCC and the ladder back in because I don't really need those at the moment. And let's take a look at what Agile has to say, and I'll call it for the day after that story sequence. It's already midnight and we need a bit of an early day tomorrow.
Please take measures to withstand the heat.
Been a surprisingly meditative trip today. No, not dealing with anything too stressful in the game.
Please take care.
The monorail's back in business. My dreams come true. We can use the monorail to transport huge quantities of cargo and materials, even vehicles. This is just the first step, though. If we keep restoring this continent's transport network, people and goods will soon be zipping around again, just like they used to. To restore the monorail track, you just contribute the necessary materials to the track layers. You'll find these attached to the monorail pillars. Once you've restored a section of the track, you can use it as a zip line to zoom from one track layer. Oh, I can use them as a zip line too. Interesting. Zipping around is a good way to transport the materials to track layers down the line. It's also a good way of getting around when you're making regular deliveries too, so be sure to check it out. The monorail can be used to transport raw materials from the mine, right? It's going to make restoring the roads a whole lot easier. Nice. It's almost like the Stranding never happened. That war is giving this continent a new lease on life. Well done. I think we still have quite a bit of distance to cover, though. I feel like you're meant to go all around this area. Probably all the way to the back. This looks like Hartman's lab. If there's a heart on the map, that's probably related to Hartman. And you have a base over here, too. Interesting. Yeah, it does look like I'm going around the mountain area, more or less. Feels weird to see Fragile smoking. But we kind of know why.
Hey, Sam. How's it going? I have updates for you, if you have time.
I take it you've learned more about Lou?
We followed up on the message Deadman left for you at the lab. About how there was another BB-28, not Lou, who, according to the records, was decommissioned 4 years ago. The first time you and Lou met was about 2 years ago now, when you were entrusted with the BB previously issued to Bridges Corp's disposal. And together, the two of you made it all the way across North America.
Deadman and everyone else at Bridges, they all called Lou BB-28.
Right. Because that was Lou's serial number. You see, we found the records for the BB storage facility. By cross-referencing the data, we confirmed that after BB-28 was decommissioned 4 years ago, Lou was assigned the same designation and placed into storage.
So what you're telling me is that instead of getting a new serial number, Lou inherited an old one?
As for Lou's mother, following the C-section, it seems she passed away. And that, pretty much, is the extent of our recent discoveries. Without a still mother to provide support, it makes sense that Lou was kept in reserve.
Still mothers. This was mentioned in the original Death Stranding too. Still mothers are brain-dead women whose unborn children are used as bridge babies. Yeah. The whole concept of bridge babies is that when the Death Stranding happened, they were trying to find ways to actually home in on the BTs that are crawling the land. So they kind of use the unborn children of brain-dead mothers to act as a bridge, because that baby is sort of between life and death, and so can kind of sense the BTs. Okay, so still mothers are brain-dead women whose unborn children are used as bridge babies. They are kept alive by life support systems at Bridges HQ and retain a mysterious connection to their children even after they're removed from them. This connection, supported by BB pods designed to simulate the conditions of the womb, allows BBs to connect to the beach and detect the presence of BTs. Basically what I said.
But we still have no idea who approved the serial number reassignment, much less why they did it.
Higgs said there were things I didn't know. Maybe this is what he was talking about.
I think it could be.
I want to know everything about Lou.
You're playing his game, Sam. Chasing after the past is what Higgs wants you to do.
I need to know where Lou came from. I have to know.
If you're sure, Sam, I'll keep digging. In the meantime, you should get plenty of rest before your next mission.
There's something weird about Fragile. She's acting slightly odd. And we know she feels guilty for Lou's death, but other than that... the dream, where the lights are switched off the moment you step on a bed. Good evening, Sam.
Sam, it's Charlie. A new order is now ready for you. I'd also like to brief you on your next destination. And I believe that Fragile wants to have a word as well. Visit the delivery terminal in West Fort Knott to take on the relevant main order.
Sam, seems Tarman decided to leave a few books for you. Right there, by your bed. Reading is a wonderful way to take your mind off things. Trust me.
It's okay. It's alright.
That was a little too violent. I'm still also having a... Oh, Sam, calm down. I'm still also having a bit of trouble believing that this is Lou. And my motion detector is going a bit crazy. It's handling Lou very violently. Because I think in the original game, if you suit Lou here, and if you maintain Lou's mood all throughout the game, it kind of stays the same, but whenever we sleep, Lou's mood sort of resets in this game, making me wonder. Or am I misremembering this? I might be misremembering it too. Okay, let's take a look at those books Tarman left for us. Not the cat, books. Where is it? Is it on the table? Oh, it is on the table. Moby Dick. No, it's a photo of Tarmac.
That's Tarman's son. He must have placed the photograph in here for safekeeping. This is an important memento. Why don't we go and take it to him?
Yeah, and you might have noticed that Tarman's son is not around. Again, they're sort of repeating that theme of parents losing their children. Because a huge theme, because a huge theme of the original Death Stranding was actually entrusting children with the future of the world, right? Passing on what you learn to them.
Is this your son? Thank you. Yes? He's still out there somewhere, borne along on the currents, with this right hand of mine. It's due to my connection with said missing piece that I can read the movements of the tar. Something akin to a phantom pain.
A phantom pain.
You want to hear the story?
Sure.
I was both a medical doctor and a geophysics researcher once upon a time. In those days, the tar currents were a key focus of mine. This ship was originally built to facilitate my studies, in fact. The deep tar hunting vessel Magellan, we named her.
Yeah, the naming actually makes more sense when you realize that it was about tar research.
Suited to pursuing the creatures that thrive in the tar's depths. Another avenue of research, you might say. We called them chiral mammals, for lack of a better name. Seemed like the closest fit. Reckoned if we caught one, we could figure out all the mysteries. The tar, the tides, hell, maybe even the stranding.
Whoa, she's a big one.
Strip yourself in, son.
Tar's looking calm. I'll be fine, Pop.
Unfortunately. But they fished out a giant whale from the
See
tar.
this?
Crabs.
I think she's pregnant. Hey, Pop. This is weird.
That's the sign of a BT.
Stop!
It is a BT. Or multiple BTs.
And just like that, the tar took my boy, and my hand along with him.
That's a great shot. And then you get the flying cat here too.
At first, I thought this little guy was my son reborn.
If I may ask a question, the hunters that attacked you after you caught the chiral mammal, are you sure they came from within the creature's womb?
Yes. That said, I'm not of the opinion that the hunters were its offspring.
Its womb merely served as a gateway to the other side.
Indeed. The tar and the beach are connected.
That was a bit of an interesting read right there. And I can actually still read that book.
Moby Dick, or The Whale, seems to be one of Tarman's favorite novels. As the name suggests, it's a story about a white sperm whale named Moby Dick. Captain Ahab, one of the main characters, uses a prosthetic leg made of whalebone to replace the one Moby Dick took long ago.
And the entire novel is about him getting revenge on the whale for eating his leg.
With a terrible passion, all while nursing the
I remember reading this when I was younger.
In the end, Ahab fails to exact vengeance on his foe and is dragged into the sea. His crew's only survivor is Ishmael, the book's narrator. He was rescued after clinging desperately to a coffin-shaped life buoy. That's right, a coffin was his savior. Ironic, isn't it? How you use a thing makes all the difference.
I suppose the parallel is that Moby Dick must be the inspiration for Tarman, because what happened to Tarman is kind of similar. Although instead of Ahab trying to find Moby Dick, we have Tarman trying to find his son.
I've known Tarman for quite a while now, but that was the first time I've heard him speak about his son in that fashion. It made me wish that I could do something, anything to ease his burden. But setting aside those feelings, suppose that cat of his is in fact his son reborn. Why does it treat me as though I'm a threat? Does it just hate me? Reincarnation or not, perhaps it's still a cat at heart.
Perhaps it is, yes.
There are organisms in this area that I don't believe I've ever laid eyes on before. My understanding is that they're called chiral creatures, and they come in all shapes and sizes. Apparently, they will drain your batteries if you come into contact with them. There may be other deleterious effects for all we know. And really, you shouldn't be bothering them anyway. There's nothing to be gained from it. It's not like they drop coins when defeated.
Oh, again, a reference to Mario, I guess, with the Goombas. I swear some of these characters are programmed to actually look directly at the player rather than Sam at times. Because I felt like, for just a moment, I felt like Dolman was looking at me rather than Sam. Going back to Dolman's original look here. And let's see what Fragile has for us. Fragile and Charlie.
The extraction was successful. Transferred to a sterilized pod and sent to a separate facility.
Ready to proceed with corpse disposal? 1.
Right, I can make the new vehicle. The pickup off-roader. Battery unit. that's all I can make at the moment, just battery units. Don't really need those too much though. Go with a blend of the green's so bright. I wish we had a different color green, but no choice here. This looks like a pretty good combination, all things considered. We do have olive, which will go nicely with. Yeah, it does look better. Maybe I'll put olive on the main body and orange. Like orange and green are good combinations to go for. So olive kind of mixes well with just about everything. If we had a more pastel color, it would look even better. Sandy tan. Bridge is orange. The bridge is orange. Yeah, okay. It is a pastel orange. This actually looks better. The bridge is orange. We'll go with that for now. And I will take it. Oh, you can put decals in as well. The D is for Magellan, drawbridge. You can even put in the rogue acid sign. Let's put in the DH. No. The drawbridge sign. And take it from a garage. I'm excited to see what we can do with this. Whatever the missions that's coming up, it's probably going to be having us use this. So right outside, it's pretty fast too compared to the enemy pickup trucks.
Sam, your next destination is the Northern Environmental Observatory. Like its western counterpart, this observatory is a critical facility that will help us to monitor the changes taking place in the Australian environment. To bring it online, you'll have to navigate the canyon to the northeast of your current position. But before that, you'll need to link up another site en route.
Sam, the next site we want you to link up is called Rainbow Valley. A friend of Drawbridge is waiting for you there. Once the network connection has been established, they'll be joining us on the DHP Magellan. I recruited them myself when we first met in the UCA. You can pick up the order from the delivery terminal. I'm looking forward to seeing you both. Thanks again, Sam.
Don't have any. Wait, before I do that, is there any sub quest that I can do here? Any aid requests? Take out 5 brigands blocking our route. Build a bridge for your fellow porters. Okay, we do have a couple of side quests. So I will finish those first before I continue with the story, but for tonight, I believe I'm just gonna call it. If anyone's watching, take care and stay safe. I am just gonna make a save before we call it. We made good progress. And I ended up going beyond midnight as usual because I just get a little bit hooked onto the story. But yeah, again, good evening, good morning, good afternoon, wherever you are. Here's Mikh'a, signing off.